Good morning. I'm a little bit nervous. Welcome. I'm really excited for this workshop. It's my first time doing it as a live recording, which makes it even more exciting that you're all here and signed up for this. Just some housekeeping. We'll let people come in, but this workshop's being recorded. It makes it easier for me to watch back and answer questions and be able to serve you better moving forward with other things that I'm going to be offering. But I do know you're going to get a lot out of today because I like to think I teach a little differently after all of my years of experience in fashion and beauty. And I'm excited to bring it to you and offer you support in your beauty journey and making your daily life easier and you feeling confident when you walk out the door and glowing and all those things. So, we'll see if a few more people can join on. You are welcome to use the chat, so you can drop your messages or questions or anything you have in the chat for me at any point, and I will do my best to go back and check it. But in the meantime, if you haven't already, while we wait for everyone to come on, grab a mirror. You can use your phone camera if you want. It's not always the most flattering. A mirror is probably better because you can position it easier and actually get good daylight on your face. Grab one product that you wanted to go over at the end of the presentation, and that can be anything that you want to swap out ingredients on, or it's really old, you don't like how it works, or you do like how it works, but you want something a little bit different. So we can go over that one product for everyone as it's a small group. And a notepad and pen. I will still be sending you this presentation so you have something to look at after, and I know it's going to be a lot of information to digest, and I feel like for you to actually make the most of it, it's going to be easier if you have it in front of you to be able to go over and take notes and, recap. I can also send you the recording too. So those are the options. So without further ado, my name's Stephanie, if you didn't already know, and you're like, why am I here? I've been a makeup artist for 20 plus years. I've been working in fashion and beauty and with celebrities like Elle Macpherson, Madeliane Petsch, Chung, Nina Dobrev, Benedict Cumberbatch, and what they all have in common is they used me as a makeup artist for the reason that they like a natural skin texture. I enhance beauty naturally. So what is already there and is beautiful, we're going to bring it out more instead of feeling the need to cover up and transform the face into something that it's not, which in my experience, especially on a day-to-day, makes everyone feel a little more conscious of their makeup, of their face. You have to keep looking in the mirror and checking. So when you have a good system down with a few products, you really know how to do it simply and beautifully. And that's what we're going to do today. So my career took me all over the world, fashion weeks in New York and London, Vogue shoots, traveling with clients to all, European beautiful places, Mallorca in Spain, Paris, all across the UK, the US. So really, I loved my career. I really did. And after London, where I was in for 17 years, I was in London for 17 years, where I started my career. I worked in New York, then in LA, and now we live outside of Austin. And over the years, as I said, I've mastered simple ways to enhance skin and makeup. And now I get to help women and moms do that for themselves every day. The reason is because this work feels more impactful and fulfilling to me, to be perfectly honest. I'm just gonna see how I can scroll through this presentation. Bear with me. I think I have to do it from the other page. Learning as I go. Well, yeah, so this is me, this is my makeup work. Oh, those are not coming up, that's a problem. And this is me as a mom. My priority now is to be available for my children. And I've always needed a purpose in what I do. By offering these workshops, by working one-on-one with women in consultations, I'm able to help them feel at their best, because I've been there when you're like, I don't have the time, energy, patience to work on myself, and I still want to feel good when I go out. How can I do this in an easy way? And I've heard many people say that I look at my own face and I just see my own face. So how do we break that down so that when you look at your face, you see what is going to make you feel a little bit better, a little less tired, a little more confident and ready to approach the day? And I can do that while being available for my children. So that was always my number one goal. So what brought you here? I'm curious to know, because hang on. So these are some of the questions I usually get asked. I've never learned how to do makeup. What are your top 3 tips? How do I start doing it? I want better ingredients for my mascara. I've been using the same one since I was a teenager. I want to add color to my makeup routine, and I don't even know how to start. Breakouts, what do they mean? Where they're happening? I have greasy skin. I don't think I can use oils. What do you recommend? So these are all different things that I hear from customers on a daily basis. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. Now's a good time. You can put them in the chat. You can unmute and let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, awesome. So let's move on to the next part. I want you to grab your mirror. I want you to set it in front of you, and I would love for you to just take a moment to look at yourself. I feel like it's such an impactful practice, so simple and yet so hard to do. Like when all the good things, like workouts, oh my God, I feel so great after. But then it's so hard for us as humans to stay consistent in the things that feel that good. So give it a try. Look in the mirror. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to. Just say some kind words to yourself. That you're beautiful. That I love you. Anything. Like you made it here. Took a moment for yourself. And just take that in while looking at yourself. Now, if you've done any inner child work, this can be a great way to connect with her. Give yourself something we often seek outwardly, and this way it's a great way for you to bring it inwards. and see those things about yourself that other people usually see. I want you now, with your mirror, to find your best feature. And if something came up for you and you want to share, let me know. If not, the reason being, it's an inspiration. When we speak it out loud, it actually helps make it real. But also, it's an inspiration for others sometimes to hear things, even though we don't feel like we want to share them. They can be really powerful reminders for other people too. So feel free to send it in the chat or unmute. Let me hear your voice. Okay, so now with your mirror, this is amazing. I'm very excited to hear this from everyone, and it's just amazing to see and feel the difference that it makes. Why don't we all just take a moment looking in the mirror and picking our best feature? Okay, so when you have some knowledge about your best feature and you're like, it's my eyes, it's my cheeks, it's my skin, it's my mouth, it's my nose, whatever it is, that can be the starting point of what you focus on a daily basis to get out the door faster and to feel good in your skin and know that you're approaching the day confidently, which is going to impact not even those around you only. If you have children, it's going to impact your children. You're going to go into the day being able to take on more and feeling good about it. So that is the reason why I start there. And the way I teach beauty is a little different. I'm looking to break down the face like a puzzle so you can see yourself in a new way. And then that way you can piece things together and know what is needed when. I like the approach. I coined it listening to your skin. And it's really similar to that because you're taking on your own expressions, face, everything to be able to enhance your beauty. And you're doing it on a daily basis, seeing what your skin needs, what your face needs, what you need to be able to approach the day differently. So in the end, you'll need fewer products, you'll know what works for you, and you'll feel your best. So we're going to start with skin tone and color. And okay, this is where it gets exciting. How many of you have gone into a store and you're overwhelmed by the amount of choice? Even I am. And it actually helps to like narrow it down to the sort of brand that you're inspired by. The packaging, the founder, like all that kind of stuff to kind of hone in on what you really like. And then it comes down to color matching and you're like, I don't know how to do this. This is not my forte. I'm this color. How do I differentiate? So we have cool tones, we have warm tones, and then there's neutral. And usually foundations, concealers, all that kind of stuff, bases, work off of these tones. As you can see here in the pictures, you can kind of start to differentiate the ones that are warmer and cooler when you know what that means. I'm going to pull out my trusty little color wheel here and show you that you know, when we base it off of our primary colors, blue, red, and yellow, the reds are the warm tones. So if you have more pink in your skin, or you can see here the Pantone 94-8C, the first one, and then the one right below it, those are pinker tones. And then you can see the more yellow tones, which are cooler tones. So the pinker tones are warmer, the cooler tones are more yellow. And that's where you start to differentiate what foundation you're gonna go for based off of those colors. And you can see by the different swatches of foundations, when they're laid next to each other, it's easier to differentiate. So when you swipe a few here or swipe a few here, you're gonna be able to see which is actually gonna be your accurate color, and then you work from there. I am more olive skin toned, so I'm more yellow. I have more yellow in my skin, as you can see, and you always base it off of your chest color here. That is the easiest place where you have the least amount of colors mixed together. When you look at your face, there's pinks and there's reds and there's this and there's that. So it's hard to differentiate which area you're gonna try to match. So working off your chest is the best place. Your neck is always a little bit paler, so definitely going off your chest where it still gets daylight, sunlight, all that kind of stuff. So I'm more olive toned, more yellow. So I would usually go with like a more neutral color. I don't want it to be too yellow because it could make me look more sallow. I want it to have a little bit of warmth, but I don't want it to be red, because when it's pink or red, it looks orange on me because of my skin color. So if you have more reds, if you have more okay, so that's where we can start, just by differentiating. And when you swatch it and you put it on your face, if you blur your eyes a little bit, you'll be able to see which color blends in the most. And that is the one to go for. I usually recommend that people go with a concealer that's similarly colored, so that they can match it rather than have it paler, and then that can cover up certain areas without it being like your face is a completely different color or too pale. I'm gonna just try something a little different here. With my camera. Which is where? Let's see if this works. Okay, so I'll just keep going for now, and then I'll figure out the logistics of it. So I'm going to skip back. I'm going over this part first because, we usually start with our base, but also you might think that your skin's your best feature. Like, you have great skin. So how do you work with that? How do you enhance that? And the best recommendation I have there is to do less. Keep ingredients simple. only cover what you need. You might even have freckles that you love and you don't want to cover them. And I don't blame you. People are putting fake freckles on these days. So there's that. And just adding splashes of color to that beautiful palette is a great way to go. So next we have eyes. Did you say eyes is your favorite feature? If you said eyes is your favorite feature, let me know. They've kind of become my favorite feature because maybe I see my kids' expressions and recognize my eyes through them as well. But it's the expressiveness of my eyes. And, you know, our eyes, our favorite feature can also become our least favorite. So there's that too, because it needs, you see it in a certain way sometimes and then other times you don't. So here's a great way to differentiate cool and warm shades and the best complementary shadows for you. Again, so say if your skin is more on the cool tones, say the blues, you're gonna go for warmer. So your skin's more, here, let's do more yellow or more. You're gonna go for, not your skin, sorry, your eyes. If your eyes are green, using, here we go, let's do it like this. Using a complementary color that has red tones in it or warmer tones is a good option. As you can see with, in this picture here, Rosie Huntington, she's got blue eyes, she's wearing a copper tone, and that's really making her eyes pop. Green eyes, you're gonna go for more purple tones, and brown eyes, you still go for warmer tones. You can do things that are a little bit cooler too, but with warmth. And the idea is when anyone can wear any color, it's because you have a variety of tones. So even if I look at, you know, a best example would be to look at 2 different eyeshadow palettes and see here, you have browns of all different shades. So you can get paler browns that still have warmth in it, and they'll really make your eyes pop. And it also matters of like what your skin color is. So what's really gonna show up and be enhanced on your skin color. So that's how I'd break down the eye searching for your best color in your eyes. And you'll see, like, if something's too pale for you, or it'll wash out your eyes. So before you put mascara on, you might be like, oh, this is not working out for me. If you have darker features, you can also enhance by wearing black liner, darker mascara, etc. So there's different ways, but the 2 ways that I really recommend enhancing your eyes easily and quickly is brushing up your brows so they frame your face, and curling your lashes. Whether you put anything else on, those 2 things are going to make a huge difference to your eyes. So next we'll move on to our lips and our cheeks. And here is a breakdown of warm and cool colors. Now, opposites attract. It's the same with the eyes, the complementary colors. So blue eyes, you're gonna go for redder tones, coppery, orangey. They have warmth in them, they have redness in them. If you have green eyes, you're gonna go for more purple, violet colors or purple undertone browns, things like that, that'll really make the green stand out. So with that in mind, it's similar for your lips. So here's a breakdown. You have more yellow in your skin, you're gonna go for warmer tones. So you're gonna contrast that cool color in your skin with something warmer. And if you have warmer skin with more pink in it, you're gonna go for cooler tones that have more purple in them. I'm going to give you an example with these. Let's see if you'll be able to see them properly on here. There's a difference in these liners. I'm going to do what all the influencers do. You see this? Ooh. So this one has a little more orange in it as a nude. I'll show you by drawing it on my wrist. It's still a nude pencil lip liner. And then there's this. That one's a little more orangey, so it's a little warmer. Let's see. This one's a little more purple. I don't know if the light is really conveying it properly here. So even in nude colors, you can have a huge variety in cooler and warmer shades. And that's how you pick the right one for you. Go with the opposite to what your skin color shows. Same with the cheeks. The easiest way to really enhance what's there is to find something as similar to your color as you already have. So with cheeks, the best way, cheeks and lips, is to navigate based off of your fingertip or pinching your cheek when you don't have any makeup on to see the natural flush that comes through. Those are the colors you want to mimic to just enhance those areas without it being like way too different where you feel very self-conscious or anything like that. Okay. Crucial part. Very simple slide. Which picture is natural daylight and which picture is not? Excuse the grumpy looking face. One is natural daylight and one is just a light in the house. And from here, you can kind of see why when you shop online, having a picture of yourself in natural daylight you can have it on the computer or on your phone next to you or however you're shopping, will help guide you with the colors that are shown by the brands. So you want to match your skin to that. And I also highly recommend shopping with brands that have options for samples. When you have the option for samples, you're going to be able to select 3 that are similar to each other and then pick the one that's right for you based off the samples. Now, I will send you all this as I'll send you all this as a download. I have this download, and you can pick and choose. It doesn't mean you have to do all 6 steps in 5 minutes, but you can pick and choose what works for you and what's going to be the best enhancement that day, make you feel a little more awake, or whatever it is that you need that morning. So, number 1, I always recommend brushing up your brows. It may seem like such a minor thing that doesn't make a difference, but it'll fill in your brows more naturally. It'll kind of create a finished look on your face. Imagine when your hair is not done or frizzy or not, air dried in humidity or something. I don't know, the best example compared to a blow dry. Like that's what your brows do for your face as well. The other thing is curling your lashes. I don't know if you can see, but my lashes are curled. If I don't curl them, you won't even see them when the mascara is on. It's a big, big difference. So even just curling your lashes and not applying anything, it's gonna wake your eyes up and give you a little bit more of a finished look, and it takes no time. You pump at the root, pump in the middle, pump at the top of the lash, and you're good to go. You can repeat if you need to. I do not recommend repeating with mascara on. And last but not least, a pop of color on the cheek. Now this leads me back to the skin communication and picking what's right for you. For me, for example, my eyes can be my best feature, but I can wake up in the morning and they look really puffy and I don't feel good about myself. So I'd usually do a little bit of gua sha, hold our stainless steel gua sha on there. Let me just show you, demonstrate quickly like this. Oh my gosh, it's so nice and cool. And it will help to drain out the puffiness and work downwards to alleviate and remove any puffiness by lymphatic drainage from water retention or anything like that, or having too much pasta the night before or whatever. That's what happened last night. And then that way you kind of know, this is your best future. How can I enhance that so I feel great today as well? And then you know what to go for. We made it to the end. And this is when you can ask me any questions. I want to go through what you've brought as your one product to talk about, anything that's come up for you in this presentation, anything you want to talk about, I'm here. And this is the part where it kind of becomes fun and collaborative and we can bounce ideas and stories off of each other. So if anyone wants to go first, let me know and we'll start with your product and your experience of the call. Thank you for joining me today. It's been such a fun experience and I hope you got a lot out of it. And if at any point after this you want to send me an email and update, stay accountable for what you've experienced, what you're doing differently or anything like that, what's come up for you since today, I'm here. There's my email. You can message me on Instagram. You can email me. Or even book a consultation with me if you want to move ahead and do a one-to-one where we really deep dive into your products, how to use them, swapping out or anything like that. I'm here and I'm excited to have met you and get to work with you. Thank you.